Hi there, it's Martin here with a quick question for you. Who is designing your project? Now that might sound like a bit of an odd question because you may well reply straight back and say, well, I've appointed an architect to design my project. And in many ways you'd be right, and you've taken the right approach. But the reason I ask the question is because I do meet property investors who, in my view, have delegated too much out to their architect. Yes, you need your architect to help you work out the best layout of the new property. Yes, you need your architect to work out the elements that the building regulations and how to build those elements in compliance with the regulations. And yes, you need your architect perhaps to liaise with building control and to liaise with structural engineers to bring the design together. But I would question, do you need your architect to design the internal fitting out, the fixtures and fittings that are going into this particular property? Too many times I've actually seen architects almost designing their dream house, the kind of house that would win them a design award, when actually all that's needed is a fairly run-of-the-mill HMO. It's really important that you understand why you bought this property in the first place, what demographic you expected to sell or rent it to, and then make sure that that information is what everyone is working towards. And that's the reason I typically say to property investors that it's not generally the best to get your architect to just design everything and put together a schedule of works based on that design. I typically say make sure you have a dialogue with your architect so that your architect can take your ideas, your experience, your research and put that into the pricing document. Alternatively, you can work with a project manager, and a project manager will always ask you those questions because they're not designers, so they will always want to know. Or of course you can write the schedule of works yourself, and there's other videos here on YouTube that will guide you through those processes. The most important thing to get from this video is to remember that it's your property. Realistically, you bought this property because you felt you could add value to it and you could sell or rent it to a particular client type at the end. Unless that knowledge of what that client type needs is fed backwards, you could very easily deliver the wrong property to the market, which actually, if the wrong property comes to the market, it doesn't affect the architect, it only affects you. So by all means appoint an architect. Definitely use an architect for floor plans, putting together building regulation drawings. Use the architect to help you work out space planning. How do the rooms look? How do we fit the bed in, the wardrobes? Where are we going to put the TVs? All of those things. That's what architects are good at. But my advice is don't let the architect design the actual internal fixtures and fittings, because you could very easily have something designed for the wrong market. I hope that little video was of use to you. I'll catch up with you on another video really soon.